Hi, I'm Shiny Nair and welcome to another video of Vibrance. Today I'll be talking about the compatibility of birth number 1. Now talking about birth number 1, it refers to all those who are born on the 1st, on the 10th, on the 19th and on the 28th. And this number is ruled by Sun, who is the king of all planets. Therefore, people with this birth number have good leadership qualities. They are very optimistic, very ambitious, likes power and authority, but very egoistic also. So let's understand the compatibility of birth number 1 now with all other birth numbers. Now compatibility first with birth number 1, both of them have the same traits. Both of them are equally ambitious, independent and very egoistic, and therefore it becomes very difficult on a personal front, but it is not impossible. They will have to compromise a little, but on the professional front this relationship works very well. Now moving on to the next, which is birth number 2. Birth number 2 is all those who are born on the 2nd, on the 20th, on the 11th and on the 29th. Now this number is ruled by Moon. Therefore, you find that people with this birth number are very creative, very artistic, very intuitive and also good peacemakers. So generally they like to follow. So they are good followers rather than leaders. So here the relationship between number 1 and number 2, birth number 1 and birth number 2 works very well, because birth number 1 likes to lead and birth number 2 likes to follow. Now moving on to the next, which is birth number 3. Birth number 3 refers to all those who are born on the 3rd, on the 12th, on the 21st and on the 30th. Now this number is ruled by the planet Jupiter, and Jupiter is all about knowledge and wisdom. So you generally find that people with this birth number, they are good philosophers, they are good trainers, they are great consultants, and therefore birth number 1 takes the advice of birth number 3, and therefore this relationship on the professional front does very well, but on a personal front it doesn't do very well, because birth number 3 cannot take the dominance of birth number 1. Now moving on to the next, which is birth number 4. Birth number 4 is all those who are born on the 4th, on the 13th, on the 22nd and on the 31st. Now this number is ruled by Rahu, and Rahu is a planet which is materialistic. It is a planet which is an out of the box thinking and is also a planet of speed. So you will find that birth number 1 gets more attracted to this out of box thinking of Rahu, and therefore he is able to channelize this energy of Rahu in a very positive direction, and so they complement each other. So rather it is a materialistic aspect which actually keeps them together. Birth number 5 refers to all those who are born on the 5th, on the 14th and on the 23rd. Now this number is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is all about speed, intellect and application of mind. So people with this birth number are very innovative in their thinking and also very intelligent, but their energy is scattered. So birth number 1 is very lucky for birth number 5, because they use this intellect of theirs very positively and helps them to channelize their energy. So on a professional front this relationship works very well, but on the personal front it becomes difficult, because birth number 5 are generally very restless and do not like any commitment. Birth number 6 is all those who are born on the 6th, on the 15th and the 24th, and this number is ruled by Venus, and Venus is all about creativity, love, romance, luxury. So birth number 6, generally you will find that they like to indulge in the good pleasures of life, but at the same time you will find that they are very romantic and they like to be nourished and also like to nourish the others. But compared to that, birth number 1 are very independent and very career oriented, so they are not able to understand each other. So it's more like oil and water. So it's a very difficult relationship both on personal and professional front. Moving on to the next number, which is 7, and 7 is ruled by Ketu, and it refers to all those who are born on the 7th, on the 16th and on the 25th. And this people with this birth number are generally very intelligent, very intuitive and also very creative, and the energies of birth number 1 and birth number 7 generally blend very well. It is more on the intellectual level, so it is very good both for a professional and a personal relationship. Moving on to the next number, which is birth number 8. Birth number 8 is all those who are born on the 8th, on the 17th and on the 26th. Now this number is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is a planet which is very practical, which has a vision, and also it is a planet which is very focused. Therefore you will find with birth number 8, you will find all these qualities in people with birth number 8, and this actually helps birth number 1 and birth number 8 to relate very well with each other on a professional level. But on a personal front this is a very difficult match, because Sun and Saturn are known to be enemies, and Sun is very fiery and Saturn is very cold. So the nature of these planets actually differs. Now moving on to the next and the last birth number is birth number 9. And birth number 9 refers to all those who are born on the 9th, on the 18th and on the 27th. Now this number is ruled by Mars, and Mars is known to be a planet which is a planet of action, which is a planet of fire, and also a planet which is very aggressive. So people with this birth number, you'll find that they are generally good leaders. They are also very outspoken and they are very rough. As a result, what happens is professionally, birth number 1 and birth number 9, they do very well. They can be good friends, but on a personal front, it becomes very difficult for even birth number 9 to accept the dominance or arrogance or the attitude of birth number 1. So on a personal front, this relationship does not work. So in a nutshell, birth number 1 is very compatible with birth number 2, birth number 4 and birth number 7. This is all for today. I'll be coming up soon with another video talking about the compatibility of birth number 8 with other birth numbers.